all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. Here's everything you need to know before you slip into Diwali mood. Today is the 6th of November. This is the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint and I'm Alex Matthew. International news first. The most expensive midterm campaign in US history raced to a finish ahead of Tuesday's election as both sides braced for a possible split decision. This would hand the House to Democrats and leave Republicans holding on to or expanding their Senate majority. The final hours of campaigning showed familiar themes. President Donald Trump was on the road stumping for Republicans. Democrats were accusing the GOP of fresh efforts at voter suppression, and a hard-edged Trump-backed ad targeting immigration sparked a debate over whether it was insensitive. Either way, we'll know the results here in India tomorrow morning. If Chinese President Xi Jinping was getting ready to make big concessions to the US, his much-anticipated speech at the Shanghai Trade Fair didn't show it. Xi hit back against President Donald Trump's America First policies on Monday with some of his most pointed language yet, denouncing what he called the law of the jungle and beggar thy neighbor trade practices. At the same time, he didn't outline any new proposals that would suggest that he was prepared to meet Trump's demands. Meanwhile, billionaire Alibaba co-founder Jack Ma called fighting over trade senseless. The US gave a stark warning to companies around the world. Evading sanctions on Iran will hurt. Secretary of State Michael Pompeo said, and I quote, "I promise you that doing business in Iran in defiance of our sanctions will ultimately be a much more painful business decision than pulling out of Iran." Pompeo, however, confirmed that the 8 governments granted waivers from oil sanctions are China, India, Italy, Greece, Japan, South Korea, Taiwan and Turkey. He said the waivers were only temporary measures to ease their transition from Iranian crude and avoid destabilizing the energy market. But some Republicans in Congress have vowed legislation to eliminate the waivers, and Iran's President Hassan Rouhani ridiculed them on Monday. On to news from back home. The Finance Ministry is eyeing 8,000 crore rupees through the launch of the follow-on public offer of a Central Public Sector Enterprises Exchange-Traded Fund by the end of this month. Power Grid Corporation's net profit for the third quarter met estimates despite its margins shrinking. It rose 8% on year to a little over 2,300 crore. Delhi's air quality deteriorated on Monday to severe for the second time within a week due to a change in the direction of the wind and burning of stubble in neighboring states. In international markets, US stocks ended mixed with the S&P 500 and Dow advancing 0.6 and 0.8% respectively and the Nasdaq losing ground. Asian stocks have begun today's session on the front foot. All 3 early risers had advanced last I checked. It's now over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning Darshan, how's it looking?
Hi Alex, good morning everyone, and wishing everyone a very happy Diwali. Global cues are favorable at this point of time. Crude has snapped the 5-day drop and has risen almost 0.5%. But base metals are rather weak. They cracked on the LME. Copper and nickel were down 1.5%. Zinc was down 1.5%. Lead was down almost 3%. And coffee and sugar are trading down by 3%. So on the commodity side, not so much of good news. But we're at the fag end of the earnings season. No Nifty company will report numbers today. But among the larger mid-caps, Aditya Birla Capital, Automotive Axle, Camlin Fine, Dr. Lal, Graphite India, Manappuram Finance, Voltas, Barmer Lorry, JT, EKT India, all these companies will report numbers today. In terms of numbers after market hours, Power Grid reported a weak set of numbers. Revenues were up 14%, profit up 8%, EBITDA up 8%, but coming in below what the Bloomberg consensus estimate did indicate. Strong numbers were reported from All Cargo Logistics, PNB Housing and Phoenix Mills, while weak numbers were reported from Godrej Agrovet, Sheela Foam, Fortis Healthcare, Inox Wind and Balkrishna Industries. While weak numbers were reported from Godrej Agrovet, Sheela Foam, Fortis Healthcare and Inox Wind. Fortis Healthcare has said that they have approvals that are in place for the 4,000 crore fund infusion from IHH. Jet Airways says that the media report on Tata buying stake in the company is speculative, as per Bloomberg News. Bank of Baroda increases MCLR by 10 basis points with effect from November 7. Minda Industry Board approves the investment setting up of a manufacturing plant for controller and telematics for two-wheelers and four-wheelers in Maharashtra. The total investment is almost 77 crores, and Bodal Chemicals says that majority of the dye intermediate operations have restarted. In terms of bulk deals, Reliance Strategic Investment Fund sold in 2.6 lakh shares in BEML, and in NIIT Technologies, William Blair and Company LLC sold in 4 lakh shares. The buyer was Matthews International Fund. And in terms of brokerages, post the week commentary in the conference call, as much as 6 brokerages have downgraded Cipla. So watch out for Cipla today. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website, bloombergquint.com, and click on the All You Need to Know tab, and you'll be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. Well, on that note, let me take this opportunity to wish you and your family a very prosperous new year. From all of us here at Bloomberg Quint, Happy Diwali.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma, or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.